welcome. For today's practice, I invite you to find a seat that's really supportive for your hips and your back. So you can see here, I'm just leaning against the wall so I can feel it nice and snug against my whole back body. So just find a seat, whether it be on the floor against the wall, maybe a chair, just something that helps to support you. This meditation practice, you want to feel like you're as comfortable as you can get in your body, but you also want to be really present with your body for this practice. So just find a nice supportive seat wherever you are, and we'll get started. We're gonna start with just a little bit of movement, just kind of stretching out kind of all throughout your body, just to kind of get that energy moving and flowing, and then we'll settle into some stillness, tune into any feelings you have coming up, and we'll just go from there. So wherever you're at, again, join me in a nice supportive seat. Maybe take a couple of rounds of deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale. Again, last one, inhale. Let it go. Awesome. Go ahead and just start to move your head around. So you're starting to feel into your neck a little bit here, and you're welcome to take any movements. Maybe you drop one ear towards one shoulder and then switch sides. Maybe you take some nice half circles or full circles. Continue to breathe here, just starting to feel into your head, your neck. How does that space feel? Is there a lot of tension? Is there any pain? Couple more rounds of breath, whatever movement you're taking here. And then wherever you're at, come back to center and then just get into your shoulders. So again, whatever movement feels good, maybe some simple shoulder circles. Maybe you want to get your arms involved. No right or wrongs here. Just stretch, move just a little bit, get that energy flowing. Continue those deep rounds of breath, big inhales, big exhales. Couple more rounds wherever you're at. Awesome. Alrighty, go ahead and release, and then plant your right hand next to you. If you're on a chair and you don't have a lot of space around you, you can always bring your hand to the top of your leg, but you're just gonna plant your right hand down, and then inhale, take a nice side stretch to the right, left arm sweeps up and overhead. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Feel this opening in your body. Feel the elongation all the way up to the tips of your fingers. Maybe wiggle your left fingers around. One more deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, come back to center. Awesome. Switch sides. Left hand plants wherever you can find space. Right arm sweeps up and overhead. Nice big stretch to the left. Same thing, feel that opening, that lengthening all the way to the tips of your fingers. Wiggle your right fingers around. Nice big inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Awesome. Okay, go ahead and get into your wrists here. So I like to interlace my fingers and just kind of do this motion. This is kind of what feels best for me. Maybe you try this out. Maybe you feel like, I need to shake my hands out. Maybe you need to release some physical tension, energy. Maybe you just want to do a little simple movement in your wrists. Whatever's calling your name here. Couple more rounds of breath. Awesome. Alrighty. So we're gonna take a forward fold, a seated forward fold. If you're like me on the floor, you can just plant your fingertips in front of you and slowly start folding forward. Walk yourself as far as you want here. If you're in a chair and your legs are kind of like this, you can just kind of let your whole upper body get nice and heavy over your legs. So wherever you're at, you can take any variation of this forward fold. And once you arrive, let your head and neck be super heavy. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Wherever you're at, can you let your whole upper body be super heavy? Just let it all go. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds of breath here. Notice where you feel this stretch, any tension, any pain. Just be mindful of your body here. And then slowly, wherever you're at, start to come up back into that seat. Maybe move your jaw around. Loosen that tension, any tension you may be holding in your face. Maybe wiggle your eyebrows. Alrighty. Go ahead, if it feels safe in your body, you can start to close your eyes down. And if that doesn't feel okay, you can just have a soft gaze down the bridge of your nose. Start to settle back into a seat here. Again, make sure you feel nice and supported, nice and comfortable. On your next inhale, scrunch your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Last movement that we're going to take here. Hold for a breath or two. And then on your next exhale, push your shoulders all the way down your back. Settle back in. Go ahead and check in with your hands, with your arms. Make sure that you're not holding them up or tensing them up. You're able to just let them rest wherever they're at. So now's the time that we're going to find stillness in your body. So I invite you to find some stillness in your body. And it's okay if you still feel like you need to wiggle around a little bit. Maybe it's really hard for you to find stillness, and that's okay. Maybe just set a quick intention here just to be in the present moment, be with your body. And as you start to find stillness in your body, start to bring awareness to your mind, to your thoughts. Maybe notice, does this feel comfortable for me? Maybe this feels really uncomfortable for me. Maybe I want to move and not do this meditation. Maybe I'm having second thoughts. Maybe you're really tired. You just kind of want to go to sleep. Notice where you're at here without any judgment. You are not supposed to feel a certain way in this meditation. You're not supposed to be a certain way. Just observe yourself. See how you're showing up today. See if you feel restless or anxious. See if it's maybe hard for you to stay present. And then I invite you to tune in specifically to your thoughts. What are you thinking? Where is your mind taking you? Maybe you feel stuck in a cycle, stuck in a loop of the same thoughts over and over and over. Notice those thoughts. And then as you notice those reoccurring thoughts, where does your mind continue to go? Maybe it's the same place. Maybe it's popping around all over the place. Wherever those thoughts are at, how do those thoughts make you feel? So starting to slowly and gently tune into the feelings that you have. Maybe it's really hard to put your finger on those feelings. That's okay. That's why this is called a practice. We're just practicing, trying to stay present, trying to get to know ourselves better. So just practice tuning in with your feelings. How do you feel right this minute? Maybe it's a feeling that's been weighing on you. Maybe this has been heavy on you for a while. Maybe you understand where this feeling is coming from. Maybe not. And you don't have to understand the feeling. I just invite you to recognize, how do I feel right now? Maybe it's just one big feeling. Maybe it's several feelings. And I invite you to really hone in on that feeling that's coming up for you. So maybe visualize, how big is this feeling in your body? Like maybe you feel it in your whole entire body. Maybe it feels a little smaller. Maybe there's a specific spot in your body that it could kind of fit into. Does your feeling have a color? Maybe it's really dark. Maybe it's really vibrant. Maybe it's clear. Maybe it's multicolored. Again, remember there's no right or wrong answers here. Just notice what comes up. What do you visualize right now? What do you feel around this feeling? So what's the size of this feeling? What is the color? Maybe there's a shape. I know for me right now, as I'm visualizing my feeling, it's kind of just like this ball, like a ball, just kind of big enough to fit right in the space in my belly, just right in that center part of my body. So just ask yourself, what does my feeling look like? How big is it? How small is it? What color is it? Maybe there's a shape. And maybe all of these visualizations just feel impossible. Maybe you don't see anything. That's okay. Just feel that feeling, whatever it is. And if this feeling lived in your body, where would it live? Maybe your chest, your heart, your belly, your shoulders, your hands. It can live anywhere. And I invite you to, again, continue to notice this feeling and be curious around what comes up for you. Are there tears? Do you feel like running away from this feeling? Do you feel restless? Do you just feel really heavy? Allow yourself to just be. For a few more moments with this feeling. If it feels right for you, option as you're sitting with this feeling, you can place one hand or both hands on your heart space, maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just kind of notice, is there kind of a natural tendency that your body has right now as you're feeling this feeling? Maybe you want to just like wrap yourself up in a hug. Option to pause the video and stay with this feeling for longer if you need. If you're ready, I invite you to ask yourself, what does this feeling lead to in my life? How does this feeling cause me to act or be? How does this feeling project itself to other people, other relationships, other parts of my life? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And is there anything around that that you want to change for yourself? Maybe this feeling you're focused on is anger, and maybe it causes you to lash out at people. Or maybe your feeling is anxiety, and it causes you to not do things out of fear. Maybe you're holding yourself back from something, or just kind of notice. Notice how your thoughts affect this feeling, and how this feeling affects your life. Again, no judgments. And I invite you to be really honest with yourself. Sometimes it feels a lot easier to make excuses or just kind of put things off to the side. Can you be really honest with yourself about how these thoughts, how these feelings present themselves in your life? And what is it about that that maybe you want to change? Maybe you just need a different perspective of it. Maybe you just need to get to know that feeling a little bit better. So before we finish up this practice together, I invite you to ask yourself right here, right now, to finish up this practice, what do I need to do with this feeling? Do I need to come back to it again at another time? Maybe I need to revisit it later. Maybe I need to jot some thoughts down. Maybe I have a goal around this feeling. Maybe there's a conversation I need to have with somebody that I've been putting off. Whatever it is, what do you need to do in this moment with that feeling? And if you need to pause the video, grab paper or anything, you're welcome to. Maybe you just need to sit for a few more moments with your feeling. What do you need to do with this feeling? Sometimes all we need to do is just accept. Sometimes we can't change, sometimes we need to accept. And sometimes that's the hardest thing we can do. So we're going to finish out practice with a few rounds of breath. And very simple, we're going to take a big inhale through your nose. You're going to hold it at the top for a count of 3. And you're going to exhale all of that air out of your body, maybe even sigh it out. Nice big exhale. So big inhale through your nose, hold, exhale, sigh it out. We'll do about 5 rounds of that together. Maybe you need to picture, visualize your feeling, your thoughts, your life as we're doing this. Whatever you need this breath work to be for you, for yourself, just set your intention around that. Give yourself just a few moments here, and then we'll start. Alrighty, shoulders nice and heavy down your back here. Sit up nice and straight. Go ahead, big inhale through your nose. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, sigh it out. Again, big inhale through your nose. Hold, 3, 2, 1, sigh it out. Again, inhale. Hold, 3, 2, 1, sigh it out. 2 more, inhale. 3, 2, 1, exhale. Last one, nice and slow, inhale. Hold for 3, for 2, shoulders down your back. For 1, exhale, sigh it out. Awesome job. If there is anything additional you need to follow up this practice, like I said, if you need to jot some thoughts down, maybe you need to have a conversation, maybe you just need to sit with yourself a little bit longer, whatever it is, I invite you to do those things. Thank you so much for joining me, for showing up for yourself. And as always, I will see you next time.